China. The name itself conjures images of immense scale, of landscapes so vast they seem to breathe with a life of their own. Here, great rivers carve paths through stone, their waters the color of jade. Mountains rise like sleeping dragons, their peaks shrouded in mist. Below them, terraced fields cascade down hillsides, a testament to generations of human hands working in harmony with the earth. It is a land of profound silence and sudden dramatic change, a place where the wind carries stories across endless plains and through dense bamboo forests. It is here, in this ancient and powerful landscape, that some of humanity's most enduring traditions were born. These traditions are not written in books of stone. They are whispered on the wind. They are carried in the currents of the Yangtze and the Yellow River. They are woven into the fabric of life itself, a silent language understood across millennia. To seek them out is to embark on a journey not just across geography, but through time. One must listen carefully. The rustle of leaves, the call of a distant bird, the gentle lapping of water against a riverbank, all are part of a larger story. A story of survival, of community, and of the deep unbreakable bonds that tie people to this land and to each other. The air here feels heavy with memory. Walking through a village where time seems to have stood still, one can almost feel the presence of those who came before. Their spirits linger in the curved eaves of the temples and in the worn flagstones of the courtyards. Every tree, every stone, every pathway seems to hold a secret. It is a world where the spiritual and the physical are intertwined, where the veil between past and present is thin. The landscape is not merely a backdrop for human drama, it is an active participant, shaping the lives and beliefs of all who dwell within its embrace. Here, nature is the ultimate authority. It dictates the rhythm of life, the cycle of planting and harvest, of birth and death. The changing seasons are a powerful reminder of the constant flow of existence. And it is from this deep connection to the natural world that the most profound human rituals emerge. These are customs born not of fleeting fashion, but of a deep understanding of the forces that govern the universe. They are rituals of balance, of harmony, and of ensuring that the human world remains aligned with the greater cosmos. It is a world governed by ancient unspoken laws. If you've enjoyed this journey into China's timeless landscapes and traditions, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Join us as we continue to explore the stories, rituals, and beauty that shape our world. Among the most sacred of these rituals are those that surround marriage. This is more than just a union of two people. It is the weaving together of two families, two histories, two destinies. It is a promise made not only to each other, but to the ancestors who watch from the spirit world and to the generations yet to come. The question that hangs in the quiet air is a simple one. In a world of constant change, what remains of these ancient promises? Do their echoes still resonate in the valleys and villages of modern China? The search for an answer begins in the quiet heart of the countryside. The traditions of choosing a partner were once as complex and as natural as the turning of the seasons. It was a process guided by wisdom, by astrology, and by the careful observations of the elders. A young woman's beauty was not just in her face, but in her hands, skilled at embroidery, and in her quiet, respectful demeanor. A young man's worth was measured by his strength, his filial piety, and his ability to provide for a family. These were not matters of fleeting romance. They were decisions upon which the future of an entire lineage depended, and they were approached with the utmost gravity and care. The very idea of a bride was steeped in mystery and reverence. She was a treasure, nurtured and protected within the walls of her family home. Her virtues were spoken of in hushed tones. Her beauty compared to the delicate blossoms of the plum tree, or the luminous glow of the full moon. To glimpse her was a rare privilege. Her world was one of quiet artistry and domestic skill, preparing for a future she may not have chosen, but which she would embrace with grace and fortitude. Her power was not in her voice, but in her presence, a silent force that would one day bind a new family together. And so, the journey to find these surviving customs is a delicate one. It requires patience and respect. It is like trying to catch a glimpse of a rare and shy creature. One must move slowly, listen intently, and observe the subtle signs. The traditions may no longer be practiced in their full, elaborate form, but their spirit endures. It can be seen in the symbols that still adorn a wedding celebration, in the phrases of good luck that are still spoken, and in the deep, abiding respect for family that remains the bedrock of the culture. The ancient voices are not gone, they are merely quieter now. In this intricate dance of destiny, one figure stood as the crucial link, the matchmaker. Often an older, respected woman from the community, she was the keeper of secrets, the weaver of fates. Her role was far more than simple introduction. She was a diplomat, a negotiator, and a human repository of genealogies and family histories. She moved between households like a careful bee, carrying pollen from one to another, her purpose to create a perfect, fruitful match. Her judgment was trusted implicitly, for she understood the delicate alchemy required to create a harmonious union that would be blessed by both ancestors and nature. Her work began with observation. She would assess a potential bride not with a checklist, but with an intuitive eye. She noted the grace in a young woman's step, the skill in her needlework, the clarity of her eyes. She listened to the cadence of her voice and observed her interactions with her family. These were all clues to her character, her health, and her temperament. Likewise, she would scrutinize the young man, his family's reputation, their prosperity, and his standing in the community. Her task was to find a balance, a pairing where the strengths of one would complement the strengths of the other, like a perfectly fitted lock and key. Once a potential match was identified, the most secretive rituals would begin. The families would exchange symbolic gifts, not of great monetary worth, but of deep significance. A pair of geese, who mate for life, might be sent as a sign of fidelity. The matchmaker would carry birth details written on red paper to be analyzed by astrologers and fortune tellers. They would consult the cosmic forces, ensuring that the union was in alignment with the heavens. A clash of celestial signs could end the negotiations before they had even truly begun. It was a process shrouded in suspense, each step a careful move in a game of cosmic importance. The matchmaker's success was not measured by the number of unions she arranged, but by their longevity and prosperity. A successful match brought honor not only to the families, but to the matchmaker herself. Her red-wrapped gifts and whispered consultations were the threads that wove the social fabric together. While her official role has diminished in the modern world, her spirit lives on. It is present in the well-meaning aunt who introduces a nephew to a friend's daughter, or in the online dating profiles that seek to find a perfect, harmonious match based on a new set of calculated metrics. The art of the matchmaker, in its essence, endures. The bride herself was the heart of the mystery. In the days and months leading up to her wedding, she would often enter a period of seclusion. She remained within the women's quarters of her home, a world of quiet anticipation. Here, she was surrounded by her mother, aunts, and sisters. They would teach her the final lessons of womanhood and prepare her for her new life. This was not a time of sorrow, but of transformation. She was like a chrysalis, hidden from the world, preparing to emerge in a new and beautiful form. Her laughter and tears were confined to these walls, her final days as a daughter of her father's house. Her beauty was a subject of immense focus, cultivated like a rare flower. Her hair, long and black as polished jet, would be carefully washed with fragrant herbs. Her skin would be softened with pastes made from ground pearls and rice water. These were not acts of vanity, but of ritual purification. She was being prepared not just to be beautiful for her husband, but to be a pure and perfect vessel for the continuation of his family line. Her hands, which had spent years learning the fine arts of embroidery and music, were now adorned with henna or polished to a soft gleam. Every detail was symbolic, every action steeped in meaning. On her wedding day, her transformation was complete. She was dressed in layers of silk, embroidered with powerful symbols. A phoenix, the empress of birds, represented beauty and good fortune. A dragon, the embodiment of male power, symbolized her husband. Together, they signified a perfect, harmonious union. Her face would be hidden behind a red silk veil or a screen of beads. She was not to be seen by the groom or by the world until the final, dramatic moment. This veil was a powerful symbol of her purity, her mystery, and the preciousness of the gift she was about to bestow upon her new family. The suspense of this unveiling was the climax of the ceremony. To see her face for the first time was a privilege reserved for her husband, and only after she had crossed the threshold into his home. It was a moment of profound intimacy and revelation. The veiled bride embodied a quiet power. She was the unknown, the future, the promise of all that was to come. Even today, in modern ceremonies, the tradition of the veil persists. It is a link to this ancient past, a reminder of a time when a bride's beauty was a closely guarded secret, a treasure to be revealed only at the most sacred moment. The journey from the bride's home to the groom's was the most dramatic part of the wedding. It was a river of crimson and gold flowing through the landscape. The bride was carried in an enclosed sedan chair, a small ornate chamber hidden from public view. This jiao, intricately carved and draped in red silk, was her sanctuary, her final bubble of solitude before her new life began. The procession was led by musicians playing cymbals, gongs, and horns. The loud, clashing sounds were not just for celebration, they were to frighten away any evil spirits that might linger on the path, ensuring the bride's safe and auspicious passage. This was no silent, solemn affair. It was a spectacle of noise and color. Banners emblazoned with symbols of good fortune and happiness fluttered in the wind. Attendants carried lanterns and boxes containing the bride's dowry, displaying the wealth and status of her family. The procession would move slowly, deliberately, allowing the entire community to bear witness to the event. For those who saw it pass, it was a moment of awe. The hidden bride, the loud music, the sea of red. It was a piece of living theater, a ritual that connected everyone to the great cycle of life, death, and rebirth within the community. Certain rituals along the way were vital for good luck. The procession might stop to pay respects at a local temple. Firecrackers would be set off in a deafening barrage, their smoke and noise a potent force against unseen evils. Sometimes, the bride's chair would be carried over a small fire or a saddle, symbolizing the crossing of a threshold and the overcoming of future obstacles. Each action was a prayer, a physical enactment of a wish for a long, happy, and prosperous life for the new couple. It was a journey fraught with symbolic danger and protected by layers of ancient belief. Upon arrival, the groom would be waiting. He might perform a symbolic gesture, like shooting 3 blunt arrows towards the sedan chair, a ritual to ward off any lingering malevolent forces that may have followed his bride. Only then would the chair be set down. The bride would be carefully helped out by her attendants, her head still covered, her feet never touching the bare ground as she was guided over a red carpet into her new home. The journey was over. She had crossed from one world into another, brought safely by a river of red, sound, and timeless tradition. In the quiet moments after the noise of the procession fades, one can feel the true weight of these customs. They are more than just beautiful spectacles. They are the invisible threads that connect a person to everything that has come before and everything that will follow. The red string of fate, believed to tie a destined couple together, is a perfect metaphor. These rituals are the strings that bind a generation to its ancestors, ensuring that the wisdom and blessings of the past are carried safely into the future. They are a promise to the spirits of the land that life, in its proper form, will continue. These traditions are born of the earth itself. The symbols used, the dragon and phoenix, the mandarin ducks, the lotus flower, are all drawn from the natural world. They are a recognition that human life is not separate from nature, but an integral part of it. A marriage was meant to be as balanced as yin and yang, as fruitful as a rice harvest, and as enduring as the mountains. By enacting these rituals, people were not just performing a social function, They were aligning themselves with the fundamental forces of the cosmos, with the cycles of the moon and the turning of the seasons. Today, as the world changes with breathtaking speed, these threads can feel strained. The sedan chair has been replaced by a car, the matchmaker by an algorithm. Yet the core of the tradition, the deep reverence for family and lineage, remains remarkably strong. The color red still dominates every wedding. The tea ceremony where the couple serves their elders is still a moment of profound respect. These are not relics of a forgotten time. They are living echoes, threads of eternity that continue to give meaning and shape to one of life's most significant moments. To stand in this landscape, to feel the wind and hear the water, is to understand that these ancient ways will never truly disappear. They are too deeply woven into the soul of the land and its people. They are a testament to the enduring human need for connection, to each other, to the past, and to the silent, powerful earth that sustains us all. The voices of the ancestors may be quiet, but they are here. They whisper in the rustling bamboo, and they live on in the timeless beauty of a promise made and kept through the ages.